Tell me about yourself and your business.
Well, my name is Vargas Tabarini, and we have established a design, architecture, and building company here in Antigua. I have two partners in the design company, which are Andreas Bellert and Stian Rossi. They're both Norwegian. I have another partner, which is Edwin Riley, which is another architect like myself, which handles the construction mostly. I have a degree in architecture, a degree in interior design, another degree in urban sustainable design, and a degree in photography. We have established in Antigua a design company because we think that Guatemala has a lot of opportunity, offers a lot of opportunity for newcomers and new architects. Me myself have been in the architecture world already working for 5 years, but my partners are a little bit newer on this world, and as well as architect Riley, he has been in the architecture world for almost 12 years.
Okay. Well, actually that leads into the next question. Why did you choose to start an architecture design and construction business in Guatemala?
Well, we actually chose Guatemala because we worked for a while in Italy, in Milano, and we saw that the market in Europe is a little bit saturated. So Guatemala being a land of opportunity still, we thought that it would be a nice place to come with new ideas and fresh design to come and experience it here in Guatemala. The three of us have a really similar kind of architecture, but we're really adaptable to what the clients request and to what the city requests. Because especially Antigua is a city that offers you a lot, but also wants to still keep the style that it already has, which I think is totally beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what does your company offer that you think appeals to your clients the most?
Well, we think we offer experience, first of all, fresh design, fresh ideas from the old continent. I know there's a lot of international people that actually acquire homes in Antigua, so I think we have a good trend of communication. Between the three of us, we speak probably 7 languages.
Oh, that's handy.
So I think that could give us an edge towards offering our client a better service, designing and building a house for them.
Okay. What questions do most people have for you when they're looking for an architect and a builder?
They usually ask how much it's going to cost. That's the first question they always say.
Actually, that's my next question. There you go.
So that's the second question then. Yeah. But no, they usually they ask if we could do it. Like, this is what I want to do. Every client has an idea in their head. The job of an architect or a designer is just to put that idea into reality and assess that person as well as you can to make it come true. So people have an idea in their head and they ask you, can you do this? Can it be done? Then with a little bit of modifications and also our ideas, we come to present functional and good design for them.
Okay. So my next question is, how long does it take and what are the costs? Typical costs associated to designing and building a house. I know they vary, but
yeah,
is there a formula you use? Or is there some idea that you can let our readers?
It really depends. Guatemala has a lot of really good materials to work with. The hand labor here is, of course, cheaper than it is in Europe or in the United States. So that is good for the client because costs are lower than those places. Also, what I say is a little bit difficult to define the prices because someone can choose from a French travertine marble to a Guatemalan imitation of marble, which will cost you 10% of what the other the cost is. So it depends on what the client wants to have in his house. We always, and this is something that we always do, we offer the client top of the line products, and we only will put them into the building if they want to have them. If not, we will get the lowest, the second lowest choice, and then go down until the client is satisfied and we are satisfied with the product. If we don't like the product at one point, we will not risk in putting that product into one of our projects, because then it's our name at stake, and it's also the client's security or the client's satisfaction.
Would you be able to provide, if someone were wanting an idea of cost, if you were to speak with them for a few, have an interview with them, would you be able to provide them with an idea of potentially
yes,
project cost?
If we would look into the house and see what the areas they wanted to be redone, or if it's a new house, we could actually have a little bit of an idea of what it would cost.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't you tell us about some of the projects your company has in progress?
Well, right now we are refurbishing an old farmhouse in the middle of the forest in a place called San Juan Zacatepeques. It's about 400 square meter house. We redid the roofing. It had an old laminated roof, so we turned it into an old colonial roof with tiles and sealed tiles. Then we made a forged iron windows. We turned it into a colonial style. We are redoing the garage now. It's mostly refurbishing. The house was built probably 45 years ago, so it was time to be refurbished. We recently just finished an apartment in an old office building in Zone 10 in Guatemala City. It was actually a maze office. It was full of mazes, and we turned it into a loft, a small loft for a young entrepreneur here from Guatemala. We combined our styles. We did something really eclectic in Guatemala Avenida Reforma. We tried to have some industrial look, which I think we actually accomplished it, and the client was really happy with it, so we were happy.
How do you manage your jobs on a day-to-day basis? Are you out at the house every day?
Yeah, I think each one of us has a special task. I mostly do PR. When it's time to design, all of us design, and when it's time to manage the construction side, we only come with ideas. That's where architect Riley comes in and manages the site. But I think we all have different tasks. Andreas, for example, he's mostly in charge of the graphics, and he's kind of like the art director. Stian is a really talented architect too, so he mostly checks on details and tells us if it's going to work or not.
And you have a partner that also does the construction.
Yeah, and our partner Riley, this is Edmund Riley, he does the construction, so he's in charge of hiring all our subcontractors, getting our people together. Okay. And then when the time of construction comes, then we all get together to discuss materials, discuss construction costs, and then we start working with it. It's actually kind of a bureaucratic thing to do, but you have to go through it so all the partners are happy with the work.
And the client is kept up to date with all
the client is always invited to come in and look at the building. We are always welcoming new ideas from the client. Of course, it is not something that we have to change with the cost and everything. Some clients want to turn down a wall when it's already built, and that's a little bit difficult, but then change of colors, change of materials, things that could be done recently. We're still proud with this.
Okay. What has been your favorite design and building experience?
My favorite one has been a little hotel I designed in Franciacorta in Brescia, in the north of Italy. It was a design that actually took a sense out of the Provence in France. So all the furniture was really colorful. The bar was really romantic. It has these old leather seats or color seats, and the bar was white. We painted the roofs white. We painted the floors white. The garden was full of, instead of having normal flowers, we planted artichokes, lavender, and yeah.
So it was a combination of modern and
it was a combination of modern, but in, like I said, in like a really like farm style, old French. Yeah,
that sounds really interesting.
It was really, really interesting.
And if you were, who are your favorite clients and why? Everyone particularly gravitates to a certain type of client, and usually they, ones that you find are your best clients. Are there people that are looking for a particular style, or what is it that you find are your favorite clients?
Well, I think my favorite client would be I think every architect's favorite client is the client that says, "Here it is, do whatever you want." Unfortunately, that never happens.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that never happens. But I have to say, like, my favorite client is the client that's always really excited about the project. The client that comes in and is like, "Oh, well," knows already how it's going to look when you explain to him how's it going to look. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool when you see a client coming into the place and he just loves it. Of course, he's going to say, "Well, is this going to be different? Is this going to be different?" But it's really exciting for the architect also. It gives you an edge to do it better and to go faster, or to do whatever you can to make it better for the client.
Correct.
That's it.
Well, we're going to put your phone number and website address at the end of the video so people will be able to get a hold of you.
Okay.
So it was really nice that you took the time to share your information about your company, and we certainly look forward to all the success that
thank you.
you guys deserve here in Guatemala.
Thank you very much. No, thank you.